Bonjour! Bonjour!
No.
Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello, hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch Vinland Saga Season 1, Episode 24. The final episode of this Season 1 that I'm gonna discover with you guys right now. I mean, I'm gonna discover it. Normally, you guys, you watched it already a long time ago. If you didn't know it, I've been watching Vinland Saga. That's it, I watched all of the Season 1 with you guys. If you want to see my reactions and my thoughts to this entire Season 1 with all of the episodes into the chronological order, I'm gonna put the link right there, into the eye for the playlist that I made for Vinland Saga. And I just watched today already the episode 22 and 23, which were great. The episode 22 was really for the characters, for Askeladd and Thorfinn, to go deeper with them, to know more about Askeladd and the fact that he killed his father, and the fact that him and Thorfinn were the same, are the same in the sense that at some point they wanted to have that revenge because one of their parents was killed, almost killed by someone, so they wanted their revenge, but clearly they acted in a different way. Again, I think because of the fact that Askeladd was emotionally mature enough to hide his rage, to wait for the right time, to hide the fact that he did it himself, and to just think about his future and have something else on mind. Some things that Thorfinn never had, never did, and that's why fighting Askeladd right now, it's still the same for him. He's becoming again that kid who doesn't know how to fight, is blinded by this rage. When in front of other guys, he's gonna win. He can win against a lot of random guys. He can win against thorkell, a true warrior, you know? I mean, a true warrior, a good warrior. I was thinking about Thors, you know, and all of his definition of what a true warrior is. A big warrior for thorkell. And clearly, in front of Askeladd, you're just that kid again, emotionally, and that's why you can't win for now. But during the previous episode, we had Thorfinn maybe realizing that about the fact that he can fight against anyone except for Askeladd, and then him talking with Leif, or more, Leif talking to him about the fact that he's not gonna give up on Thorfinn, even if his promise it was to take Thorfinn back home just after finding him. No, he realized that the kid changed and it can't be like that, and Leif is accepting to stay, to let Thorfinn have his revenge, and then to try to make him come back home. And when he saw that Thorfinn was not even okay with that option, he told him about Vinland as that dream, that purpose that he can have on mind. And I think that Leif, by talking about Vinland, by saying to Thorfinn, okay, have your revenge, and then we're gonna try to find Vinland, we're gonna do that for your dad, for Thors, he wanted to find him, so you're gonna find him for Thors, for him. In fact, by saying all of that, Leif just gave to Thorfinn a reason to live, a reason to imagine a future for himself, so to imagine him as an adult doing stuff, having a life, you know. So I think that Leif just made a big gift, in fact, to Thorfinn. First, he made him a gift and he helped him because he talked about Vinland, and each time that one character is talking about Vinland to someone else into this anime, it's in fact to reassure the person, to give him or her some hope, to a slave who is that close to die, to a slave who doesn't want to live anymore, to a slave who dreams that someone is gonna come to save her. Like really, Vinland, I talked about it during the review of the last episode, it's a religious thing in the sense that it's maybe not a land which is related to a religion, but it's a religious thing in the sense that it's a dream place that people are talking about to reassure themselves or to reassure someone else, to give yourself or someone else a reason to have some hope about the future, a purpose in life. And really, if it's not the principle of each religion, in fact, but normally that land, it's paradise, it's heaven, it's Valhalla, it's, you know, life after death, it's all of the lives that you're gonna have after dying, after the end of this life. Like, for all religions, it's about that, in fact. It's about also being rewarded after your death because of all of the good things that you would do into this life and all. Right there, Vinland, it's a religious thing without being related directly to a religion, because it's that dream, that dreamy land, which is giving you hope, which is reassuring you. I love so much Leif, you know, for all of the things that he said to Thorfinn and the fact that he can understand Thorfinn right now. Like really, you have such a big heart. Like, if I would have searched for that kid during 11 years and I would have found that kid being like that, killing people just like that, being that stubborn and really not thinking at all about his family who is still alive, about coming back home, and just being so blinded, you know, by that desire of revenge, that rage, I wouldn't have reacted like Leif. Like really, I would have got so mad. Maybe I would have decided at the end to stay right there until maybe the kid is gonna understand his mistakes at some point. But all of that time, I would have been mad, you know. I would have repeated again and again how wrong he is, and the fact that he's just a kid, he doesn't understand, he should grow up, like, come on, be an adult. Like, truly, I couldn't have just act like that, accept everything which is happening, and accept for Thorfinn to be like that. I know why Thorfinn is like that, and I'm accepting it as a character, I'm accepting him as a character to be like that, and it's not changing the fact that I love him. But I can understand also that he's acting like that because emotionally he's a little kid, and I can be also like, come on, grow up! Like, you need to grow up at some point. You know? As a member of his family, I would be like, whoa! Hey! At some point, he would get on my nerves, you know? Can you feel Auntie Laura coming when I'm saying stuff like that? Like, can you feel it that at some point I had a little brother? Can you feel that I have a little nephew, and that at some point I can make this eyes and be like, oh! I'm sorry. And during the previous episode, for sure, we had all of these things about Askeladd, about the fact that the king wanted to attack Wales, and Floki saw Askeladd's reaction and told it to the king, and now maybe they're preparing something against Askeladd, even if they don't know about him, they don't know about who he is truly. We'll see what is gonna happen during this episode, but I trust Askeladd is clever enough to find a way to avoid that situation, to avoid death, you know, to avoid something right there. I trust him with all of my heart. I love Askeladd so much. It's insane how much I love him, even if I can see also all of his defaults, and the fact that, you know, when he was a pirate on this boat, he was coming to kill people, innocent people. Him and his men were torturing them, all of these innocent people, raping women, stealing, all of that. I can see it still, but I can't help myself than to love him. Okay, I'm gonna stop with this intro. Let's go for this final episode of the season 1. I'm impatient, I'm stressed. I'm stressed with the fact that maybe it's gonna be emotional. We'll see, I didn't prepare any tissue. But I'm impatient, and no matter what, even if I'm gonna get emotional and maybe something bad is gonna happen, I don't know. No matter what, I know that I'm gonna love it. I trust now this writer, this anime enough to be like, I know that I'm gonna love this episode. It's a cool feeling. Let's go for this episode. Remember that if you want to have my Patreon, in which you can have already my reactions and my thoughts to the 4 next episodes, meaning that you can have 2 weeks of advance on my Patreon. It's really a big advantage, and you have extended longer reaction part and a lot of full reaction part videos for Vinland Saga. So it's big advantages, it's full opacity, all of that for sure. So if you want these advantages and if you want to support me, to thank me because I'm reacting to Vinland Saga, to encourage me to continue to react to it, to continue to make these videos and all, you have my Patreon for that, and you can subscribe. Even if it's just for 1 month, it can be appreciated, truly useful. Let's go for this episode. I'm not sure I realized that it's the final episode of the season 1 and then I'm just gonna have 1 season to discover. Doubting of your king in front of everyone? Are we sure of that? So you're saying to just wait? You're trying to discuss him from what? It's not about the lands, it's about the power. Please? No. That no. You're really ugly. He's clever. I think that he saw that the elders agreed with Askeladd. I knew it. Oh, just for that, he's not gonna join you at all. He's gonna choose Canute and he's gonna find a way to kill you. Wait, you talked about going to Vinland now? A bird can fly, a bird can be free. That's symbolic, you know. Oh no! I knew you would leave, but without saying goodbye. Oh, for that you can be killed. Are you really saying all of that out loud? What is it? And you're saying that also? No way! You truly just killed kill the king in front of everyone? You're so crazy, I love you! Are you gonna come to save Askeladd, you? Are you gonna accept for someone else to kill Askeladd? Why am I not afraid for Askeladd to die? Should I? Deep inside you love him. Totally outside, inside, I love you! Are you trying to escape? Like that you are! You fucking cowards! No. You understood that? But you knew also that you could just react like that? You're right. He killed your master! You're the dog! How dare you? You shouldn't be the one to kill Floki. I want Thorfinn to kill Floki because I want Thorfinn to know the truth. Oh no! Askeladd can't die, and not by you, Canute! He did all of that for you, and you're not enough. 1% of the warrior that he is. No, 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 no. It can't happen. Yes, for all of them to respect you, but no! No! He's asking you to kill him. No! Why am I into a big denial right now when I think that he's not dying for real? You didn't tell him about Floki, you didn't. You're not dying. Like when Thors died! Like when Thors died! And that question, that's the one that I'm asking since episodes to you. I'm seeing it since that he never imagined the future for him. After having his revenge, that he was blocked on that idea and that was all, no future except for that. Askeladd, you're truly naive. No, no, no. Why I still think that it can be an act? Thorkell knew it would come. He felt it. He didn't come for killing you, he went for your eyes. Thorfinn knows how to attack someone. Call for you! Call for you! Call for that! I can't believe that Askeladd is dead. I can't. Why? Why the denial? Why the denial? Oh, the symbolic of that! Oh, fuck! Are you saying goodbye to that part of your life? Where are we? What? Your sister? Who are you? Who the fuck are you? I want an identity to tell me something. I can just tell you that the denial is huge right now. On this couch right now, it's me and my denial. Like really, we're hanging out right now and we're really like, no. Like really? And I'm really like, why I can't believe it? But because you know, normally when I'm into a big denial like that about one character dying on a show and an anime, each time it's because of a real reason, meaning that we didn't see for real that person being killed. And you know my rule. If you don't know it, you're gonna know it now. Body called eyes closed. If I don't see that, the person is not dead. Right there, we're seeing it. So why am I into that big denial? Maybe because I was not prepared at all for that to happen, for Askeladd to die. Like he just had his duel against Thorfinn and he was not even a little worried about it. I was so sure that he could avoid the situation, you know, against the king right there. So clearly I was not prepared for that to happen at all. It was just after that big moment with him making me so proud, just because he was talking like that to the king, and then because he killed the fucking king! Just like that, like really, I don't know if you have that expression in your country, but in France we have that expression, you know, doing something, ça lui a pris comme une envie de pisser, meaning really, he did it like just he wanted to pee, like just he had that urge of peeing. Maybe it's more that the translation of it. Really, he felt it coming like just an urge of peeing, and he just did it just because it was a necessity, and you know it was an instinctive thing, a quick thing to do also. It's really that, you know, the meaning of that expression, and really, it just felt like it, like he did it just like that, and he thought about the consequences of doing so. And I think that Canute was right. He did it to protect Canute, for sure, because the king just said something really bad about his family, about his country, and clearly someone like Askeladd couldn't let that go, and couldn't make this king think that he was on his side, and for sure Askeladd, with everything that he did, he would choose to not join him for Canute, but also because of his land, for his land, his country. For sure Canute had to intervene and to say to kill Askeladd because he just killed the king in front of everyone. But the fact that Canute said that it was just an act, I think that it's playing also with my denial, because I'm like, maybe his death also is an act, but no. Maybe also, one other reason, the fifth reason why I can't believe so, it's because it's Canute. Like, I didn't want for Thorfinn to be the one to kill Askeladd at some point in the season 3 or 4, but clearly I couldn't want for Canute to be that one. Canute, who never killed anyone, had a sword in his hand. I'm not even sure. It's not even 1% of the warrior that Askeladd was. It felt, you know, a little unfair for Askeladd to be killed by Canute. Even if it's the king, I don't care, he's not a warrior. Sixth reason, because we just learned his name. Really, during this episode, we just learned his real name, and I was already into my mind trying to pronounce it and imagining that during the review I wouldn't talk about Askeladd as Askeladd anymore, but as Lucius. I think that he pronounced it Lucius, but clearly Lucius. I was already imagining that. You just gave me his real name, and I'm never gonna be able to talk about him with this name. Clearly, it's seventh reason, because he never said the truth to Thorfinn about Floki, who gave that order, you know, of killing Thors. How can he know now? Thorfinn, Bjorn is dead. Everyone who knew or could have known is dead. We are seeing all of the blood. We are seeing him. His body, you know, relaxed because he's dead. His eyes are not closed, but you know, they are losing it. They are taking his sword, you know, like his hand is dead also. According to my own rule, with shows, with movies, with animes, Askeladd is dead. But my brain can't process the information. Askeladd is dead. Excuse me, but I have trouble to talk about something else for now, you know, during this review, because I'm blocked on that information. And it's playing also with my hypersensitivity. Some emotions, you know, my brain is freezing in front of some things, and right now my brain is freezing. Askeladd is not dead, and even if he's dead, I'm not accepting that he's dead, so he's not dead. That's my conclusion about his death. He's dead. He's dead. But he can't be dead. Even for the story, for me, it doesn't make sense. With everything that they built around him, with all of the thing about, you know, his ancestors, about wealth, about his real name, about his family, about his relationship with Canute, about his relationship with Thorfinn also, it feels unfair, it feels illogical to kill him right now. I know that things are not perfect in life, and you can't have conclusions for all of the things that you are doing in life and all of your relationships that you have with people in life. Like when death is coming, it's not telling you and giving you the time to close everything into your life. I know that. And I know that this anime can kill people really just like that suddenly. They're not afraid of it. I know that. But really, no. No. Don't look at me like that. I think that you can see that the denial is big. I mean, he's dead. I can see it. But my brain, my heart can't accept it. You know, like really, I can write Askeladd is dead, and inside I'm gonna be like, it can't be. No. I should talk about, you know, Canute, who is the king now, Canute who killed Askeladd, Thorkell who intervened to tell him, you have to stay strong because it's the beginning of your story, your journey as a king, so everyone has to see you being that strong. I can talk about that. I can talk about Thorfinn being desperate, you know, coming to help and save Askeladd. Being desperate to see him getting killed. And really being mad that he's not the one to kill him, but at the same time with Askeladd saying to Thorfinn, finish me, Thorfinn can't do it. He's saying because it's not how it's supposed to happen and all. But deep inside, Thorfinn, you know that it's also because you had a lot of respect for that man, and at the end maybe you didn't want to kill him, not that much in fact. I mean, yes, he wanted so, but clearly in an honorable way still, I think, and for him it was not that for Thorfinn, so I could talk about that wonderful moment with Thorfinn, you know, losing, I was gonna say his sword, no, his knife, I can't say it in another way, his knife, his father's knives, you know, so the things which were representing his desire of revenge against Askeladd, like that's it, I can give up on them, I can lose them, it's done, all of that journey, all of that part of my life, everything is done, everything is over. I could talk about really Askeladd dying asking that question to Thorfinn, and the fact that it's that question that I'm talking about since episodes, and you have the proof of it. Like today, I know that I talked about it during at least the 2 last reviews and the 2 last intros, you know, about the fact that Leif, everything about the 2 last episodes, even Askeladd during their duels, I mean the last one, their last duel, everything was made to make Thorfinn understand that he never thought about his future, about having a life, that he was so blinded by this desire of revenge that he had only that on mind since that moment when he was a kid, you know, and he made that goal for himself. I'm gonna have my revenge, I'm gonna kill Askeladd. He never thought about the life that he would have, he never thought about the future, he never imagined himself as an adult and all of that, and that's why also emotionally he stays a little kid, you know, that little kid. And really, the fact that Leif talked about Vinland to give a purpose, a bigger one to Thorfinn, and the fact that right there Askeladd is dying, saying to Thorfinn, what are you gonna do with your life? Now that I'm dead, you have no other goal into your life. You never thought about having a life. What are you gonna do with your life? I could talk about that. I could try to imagine who were these 3 characters at the end. The blonde lady or the blonde guy, I'm not even sure. At first I thought that it was Thorfinn's mom, but no, clearly she's too sick to be out there, so it's someone else. Mountains, so clearly not in Iceland also. I think that it was Thorfinn's sister after that, and on that boat, that guy, maybe it's gonna be Canute's brother, Harald. I really thought that we would see him during one of these 3 final episodes that I watched today. Like for me, it's truly important at some point to meet him. I really want to know what his relationship with Canute is, if it's okay or not. And it's truly a surprise for me that we never saw him. So maybe it was him. Or maybe it was the first guy, a blonde guy like that, who maybe is trying to run away because his brother is on the throne and is afraid for his life. But who is that guy on the boat, if it's the case? I could talk about all of that, about these 3 characters making theories, about all of these amazing scenes during this episode, the king dying like that, the knife falling like that, Thorfinn seeing that bird being free and flying away. I could talk about all of that, but really my mind right now is just focused on the information Askeladd is dead, and really it's like that into my mind, like, you know, the lights, pew 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 pew, Askeladd is dead, Askeladd is dead, Askeladd is dead. I'm sorry, maybe you were expecting me to cry a lot with this final episode, because you discovered during this entire binge watching of the season 1 how much I fall in love with Askeladd, so maybe, you know, following my binge watching of this season 1, you were like, oh, with the final episode, when Askeladd is gonna die, she's gonna be really a mess, she's gonna cry like hell. I cried during the episode, I remember that I cried, but clearly my denial won against my pain. Like, still now, you know, I have a part of my brain who is like, maybe he's still alive. We let his body just right there with only Thorkell and Canute. Maybe he's still alive. But really now, to come back and be the king as a ghost? It's gonna be difficult, you know, to convince people to follow him, and all if they all think that he's a ghost. He should have been the king. At least of Wales. At least for sometimes. With all of his story, really, with how they wrote him, with how they presented all of his past, his background, everything, he should have been the king, at least of Wales. At least for sometimes. It doesn't feel right and fair, you know. Oh, that's it, I can't cry. Maybe saying that it's gonna help me to realize that he's truly dead. Thinking about that, you know, thinking that he's never gonna be the king. He's never gonna come back home to Wales, you know, and he's never gonna be able to say his true name and to have his land and all. Oh, that's it. By saying that, by thinking that, I can realize that he's dead, that we're never gonna have that, and he's never gonna have that, and I can realize that he's truly dead. Don't blame me and don't think that I'm just an actor or something like that. It's just how my brain is functioning. And again, if you don't believe me and all, just leave or just make some research about hypersensitive person, brain which are freezing, and neurodivergent person and stuff like that. Hein? Like... So now I'm gonna have a season 2 but without Askeladd. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna have a time jump, like 10 years later, with Thorfinn being an adult, Canute being an adult and all, like... we're not gonna see the first days of Canute on the throne, like, we're gonna have a time jump. Maybe not of some years, but at least 1 year maybe. But really, we're gonna have a season 2 without Askeladd. That's it, now I'm getting mad. It's which step, you know, of mourning someone to be in denial, to be mad. Normally I should try to negotiate after that, no? That also to balance myself like that, oh. Like really right now I'm showing a lot of aspects of my hypersensitivity and me processing stuff, processing informations and all. Because to balance myself like that, it's to give a rhythm to my body and to help me to understand, to process stuff into my brain. I can't explain to you why, how it's happening in my brain and all, but I just know it with time. Like, I'm like that since I'm a kid, so I know myself enough now. And the fact that I can't help myself but continuing to do it while I'm talking to you. Ah la la. That was so French. Ah la la. Okay, I'm gonna stop this review right now. I'm gonna see you for the season 2 on another day. Clearly another session of binge watching. And we're gonna have a season 2 without Askeladd. Next time that I'm gonna see you during the intro, beginning of the intro, I swear I'm gonna tell you if I'm still into a big denial about Askeladd being killed and if I still have even a little tiny hope of him being still alive. I will tell you that. Okay, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine?
Hey.